I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body. And that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. Welcome back to another exciting episode of After Hours. I'm Dave Palumbo, and I'm, of course, joined by John Romano. I think we try to start today's show, just John and I, for a second, so we can get a few words in edgewise before the rest of the maniacs join us.
It elevates our intellect, you know, when you're
Right.
or the appearance of it, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I want to talk about it a little later in the show. Louis Uridel is going to be joining us, the big sexy.
Big sexy.
Who ran for mayor, as we know, out there in Oceanside a couple months back. And he's been fighting City Hall, so to speak, you know, because of keeping the gym open and all the regulations over there in California. Obviously, you heard CUOMO was just resigned. I don't know if you heard that, yeah.
Thank God.
Eventually. I mean, we knew that was coming. So he's out. We'll talk. I'm sure Valentino will have a few things to say about that. But, you know, it's such a crazy political arena right now. And, you know, a new study was done in South Korea, and I want to talk about this with Louis when he comes on. 76,000 people involved, where they studied their lifestyle and habits and their risk of contracting COVID. Number one, having a problem in terms of, you know, sickness with COVID, and then, of course, death. And you'll find once we go over the study, well, don't put it up yet, Tyler. Wait till Louis comes on. But
wait a minute. I got to correct you. It's 212,768.
Oh, really?
Yes. Korean adults aged plus or minus 20 years.
I thought it was 76,000.
No, 212 right here.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I think they looked back at all those, too.
Yes.
What's going on, guys?
What's up? We're celebrating Cuomo's resignation.
I know. I was just watching it. That's what took me.
What a pathetic speech that was by him and his lawyer.
What did they say? I didn't listen.
Basically, I hug everybody. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I'm really sorry, and just bullshit. Just if you could come up with the most bullshit excuse, that even wouldn't be.
He's
close.
Probably like, look, Trump admitted to grabbing their pussies. I didn't do that, you know.
No, you know what he's saying? He's basically saying, right, what John said, that he hugs and he kisses everybody, and he's saying that they're taking it out of context, basically, like, I didn't mean it the way they're taking it. But there's 170 something people, and now they're saying there's even more.
He just stuck his tongue down their throat and stuck his finger up their butt. That's it, you know. With the
right.
That's how I greet everyone. You know?
But here's the.
In some countries, that's custom.
Yes, some countries throwing a fart and burping at the fucking dinner table is fucking considered like showing you, wow, I really dug that meal. You know.
Yep.
But are we on?
We're on. We're on.
Oh, we're on. Okay, yeah. So what do we start? No, but the other thing is, he's got a lot of trouble, because if they start, see, it's all deflection. He killed. You know how many fucking people that guy killed?
5,000.
Dude, Trump sent that boat. You know what I mean? He sent the boat. He set up, you know, the Intrepid, all that. He said, and fucking nobody used it. Even the Jacob Javits Center, nobody was using it because. You know, he was sticking everybody into old age homes and shit like that. He had his, you know, nursery homes. He just wanted nursing homes. He just wanted fucking, you know, to do things his own way. You know,
I think what he wanted was he was hoping, and initially it was working. He was becoming very popular with doing those daily updates. People wanted to hear the latest and greatest because people love to hear miserable news.
Yeah,
and
but he's total mafia, bro.
He figured, I'm going to run for president after this. I'm going to win the presidency from this, you know.
Well, at one point they were talking about, oh my God, he should be the president.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But he likes to play mob. You know what I mean? Like play mafia. His father, I hated his father too. You know what I mean? The same way. Mario Cuomo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's a joke. But you know, it's just like I just got to ask you something. How come all of a sudden with the little sidebar here with the COVID thing? How come all of a
Louis
sudden?
Uridel.
What's up?
Big Sexy.
Hey, how you doing? How come all of a sudden the COVID's bad in the summer when summer's supposed to be like, you know, oh, everybody's vitamin D's up, the fucking sun's out, and traditionally no virus usually thrives in the summer. It only thrives. How come it's thriving now?
Because they're not accurately reporting the numbers. They're fudging the numbers by attributing everything to COVID. Everything.
Yeah,
So-
but you also got to understand something, though. Just like anything else, you give a bunch of rats poison, it'll start killing them, and then it stops killing them. You know why? Because the rats develop an immunity.
Yeah, that's another thing. But the reporting is what the main problem is, because the reporting is what indicates the severity and the actions taken by people who have some authority. The problem with the numbers is that they're all off. They're all wrong. They're commingled. The regular influenza's gone. We somehow cured that along with pneumonia.
With the common cold.
We weren't even trying when we cured that, right? And then but you can still get a flu shot. You can still get a regular flu shot for something that's not even there anymore. Okay, so you got that bullshit.
Well, they're going to be combining the COVID shot with the flu shot, I hear now. Coming up.
You'll be able to get it at Dunkin' Donuts.
And HIV. I hear they're going to throw an HIV shot in there too. No, I'm kidding.
Dude,
not kidding. No joke.
It's every time my fucking friend used to get the flu shot, and he got the flu every year. I don't know. I don't believe in it.
But what I was saying about the reporting, Greg, is if you go to the hospital with a hangnail, okay, and you go under surgery and you die from the hangnail surgery, but you test positive for COVID, they will list your death as COVID.
You're right. No,
I
know
heart
that.
attack. If you have a heart attack and die, and they test you for COVID, your cause of death is COVID, not the heart attack. Any cause of death that has COVID associated with the person, whether they have it or test positive for it, they list the cause of death as COVID. And that's absolutely wrong. Right. And here we are locking down places, vaccines mandatory, some jobs you can't even have anymore without getting vaccinated. And all of these numbers are fake.
Plus, I think the vaccine is creating the virus.
That's another thing, because
it's creating a virus to mutate, and that's a bad thing.
Well, it's also causing the illness.
And it's going to also cause socialism here, because once you start with that
papers, let's get to our
show me your papers. You know what I mean?
Greg, more people have died on days 1, 2, and 3 after the COVID shot than all other vaccines combined. 45,000, between 11 and 45,000, depending on who you're listening to.
Let's look at a more positive aspect of this whole thing, and that's why I brought Louis in, because Louis has been fighting City Hall over there and out at his gym in California there for over a year now, obviously. And what's the latest update there, Louis? Are they on lockdown? What's your status over there with the gym?
I think he's gone.
I think we
He's
lost
not
him.
here, Dave.
No. Well, that was a
I don't
quick
see
interview.
What you guys do?
Well, anyway.
He was hearing me ranting.
Yeah, I couldn't take it.
Couldn't take it.
But John, don't you think though, it's summertime, bro? It's summertime, the common cold, the flu, everything. Virus. I don't think that a virus is something you kind of have to.
Greg, it's because of what I just explained about the
you know what?
numbers.
It's such a hot summer. Everyone's staying inside, Greg. That's the problem. That's why.
No, they're
not
not
here in New York.
reporting it. It's the reporting.
Well, there's definitely a lot more cases here.
I
in
know
Florida.
what John.
I know
No,
that.
I understand, John. I agree with you. I know that. If you throw a fart, that's COVID. I agree with you with that. So the numbers are definitely skewed. But these people with this papers and the vaccine and all this other shit.
Delta Airline, I think United or Delta. I think Delta. If you don't get vaccinated, you can't work for Delta.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean they got
The only people who should be able to dictate, I think, the military. I think if you're in the military, you have no rights.
They shoot you so full of shit when you go to boot camp. You don't have a choice in it.
Right. That's the only place I think that you.
Well, that's been going on since there's been a military.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But you signed that away when you signed the dotted line.
All right, I want to go over this study because you know what? There's been a lot of the first thing they seem to close is the gyms always, whenever they want to lock things down, which is, and we've been saying, since the beginning, that obviously exercise is important. Oh, Lewis, you're back. Okay, good.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Turn your phone sideways so we get you, in full view. He can.
So like this guy?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All
right, so I was just about to talk about this study, Lewis. They did have a big sample size, John, of over 200,000 people, but 76,000 people actually completed the questionnaire and everything like that, and that's the important statistic. And of those 76 people who completed the general health examination and went through everything, they found that and these people all worked out. These are people who exercised. They found that there was a tremendous reduction in people who actually got the disease, the severity of the disease when they got it, and there was almost no death. I think it was like 45 deaths or something like that of over 700,000 people. Excuse me, of 70,000 people. Sorry, 76,000 people who actually filled out and went through all the testing, which they were able to conclude that people who exercise regularly have a much greater chance of, number one, resisting getting the illness, number two, recovering very quickly, and number three, not dying from it. And so why they would close gyms now with this data at their disposal, you would think you'd have to be a freaking moron, right? Lewis, you want to speak to this? You've been saying this all along.
They don't care about this, dude. I said from the beginning that exercise was the best vaccine that you could have. It's the best way to stop it. We've had over 200,000 people come through my gym. We logged every single visitor from last May, and not one case has been attributed to our gym. We've had someone who was a member of our gym that caught it at a party, came and worked out here for 2 days with it, didn't spread it to anybody here.
Wow.
So the people here just I haven't gotten it all year, and I've been working at a gym. You'd think this would be like, DEFCON 1.
Yeah. We're exposed to everyone, right?
Mass murder. Like, we just destroyed the whole north coast of California here with a gym being open during a pandemic. We're the only gym open in Southern California. It was crazy. But yeah, there's people. There's no other explanation for it. You're just healthier. Look at 78% of the people that got put in the ICU were either overweight or obese.
Yeah, right.
78% of the people that got put in the ICU, they're overweight or obese. It's no guy with six-pack abs working out, drinking, green leaf shakes and stuff that's going in the hospital.
Except Bill Phillips. Now, there's always one exception. You're going to have people that may have other illnesses that we're not even aware of.
Bill Phillips had fucking COVID?
Yeah, but you know what? Bill was a little overweight, when he was, going through this last winter. So, I don't think that's – look, this is about – and the gyms are a prime example to support my opinion. This is the only thing this is about is the vaccine. That's all this is about. They want to vaccine the world many times over.
They want to wait a minute.
So wait, that's why you got not one shot but two. Now they're talking about a booster. Now you got variants that's going to require 3 more vaccines, and then more as the new variants come out. This is the biggest scam in the entire world because there's 7 billion people. They want all of them vaccinated. And this is what a way to fight a war.
John,
this is money. This is every jab. Every jab is dollars. Somebody's making money. And the more people they scare and promote and get back. And the fact that they closed it. What's first to close? The gyms. Why? It's the best place to be. That's why.
That's right.
Now listen, I don't believe it's just that the vaccine, they're pushing a vaccine so that they could force you to have like proof of vaccine, like paper. It's a fucking democratic fucking thing, in my opinion. Look, all of a sudden,
it's beyond that, Greg. It's beyond that.
No, money and power go together. They're shitting their pants because they know that come fucking the midterms, there's going to be trouble. A lot of the fucking Republicans, they're afraid of a red wave. All of a sudden now, they say to you, oh, you get vaccinated. You get vaccinated, you get your freedom. Now you're vaccinated, they want proof. They want your papers. And once you start with papers, you don't need papers to vote, right? But they want you to go get papers to prove you're vaccinated. Because once they get those papers, it's going to be like fucking, that's how socialism starts. Show me your papers. You can't do this. Show me your papers.
Right.
Here in New York, there's certain restaurants you can't go to unless you show your papers.
You can't go to the gym now, Greg, there unless you have a vaccination. Do you know that?
Or a club or the movies or anything.
I mean, I go to the gym. I'm vaccinated, but I mean, I go to the gym.
You're vaccinated after all that rigmarole?
Hold up.
I had no. Wait. I
vaccinated.
did a whole video on this. I had no choice because my sister is really, really sick, and you know, she's got stage 4 cancer, but she's had it for 4 years.
Irony.
She's in and out of the hospital. She just had a 20-hour surgery in June, and she's got to have another surgery in 2 weeks here. So I had to go. I even made a video. I put it on my Instagram. They would not let me in that hospital to see my sister if I didn't. So I'm sorry. I'm not a person that's for the vaccine, but to see my sister and make sure that, you know, I could do what I got to do. If that's what they told me I got to do, then
you succumb to the political pressures.
If they told you, if you're a kid,
You're a
or
Democrat. You're a Democrat.
I'm just saying you fell victim to the demands that they're putting on you.
I have
You're
no
no
choice.
better than a Democrat.
They had me by the balls.
Everyone has a choice. Everyone has a choice.
Nah, well, when it comes to my family, I can't. My family comes. I'll take.
Well,
bullet.
that's how they get everyone to get vaccinated. They
know that exactly.
They use that against you.
I tell everybody, you don't understand. If you don't, you know, I had to do a whole video. I'm not for the vaccine, but they had me by the balls. I'm not gonna not see my sister. My sister's, you know, very sick. You know, very. You have no idea. It's a whole long story. I don't even get into it. But we could not get into the hospital. Their demand was, because first of all, my sister's already been in a unit where even before there was ever COVID, you had to wear like a fucking hazmat suit. You had to wear the mask. You had to wear, you know, because she has a very rare cancer.
So if you have all that equipment on, why does it matter if you're vaccinated or not?
That's what I say. That's what I say. But they won't do it.
But see, the vaccine is supposed to protect you from the disease.
But you know what it is? No, they're trying to say that I could be a carrier.
You still could be a carrier even though you have the vaccine. That's what they found.
So the vaccine is irrelevant.
I agree with you. I'm not arguing that. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that if my sister gets any kind of like the slightest little thing, she could, you know, she could die.
You can still could give it to her, even that being vaccinated. That's the scary part.
I know that, but I'm just telling you what they're telling me.
I know. We're talking about the hypocrisy of these idiots. They're telling people to get a vaccine that doesn't even prevent you from giving the disease to someone else.
I know. I agree with that. And I know there's people watching this right now. Oh, Bill, dude, you go back. Yeah, I did. Because of my family. I had no choice. Either that or I don't go to see my sister.
Well, what bodybuilder is not going to get the vaccine? Greg, what bodybuilder won't get the vaccine because they want to go to the gym? So, you know, I know people that they ran to get the vaccine when they found out they weren't going to be able to go to the gym. I'm not going to mention names, but I know.
Listen, I don't believe I believe there are some people who died. There's people who died from taking fucking, you know, a bad shot of something. You know what I mean? All I know is my friend, who's a fat fuck. You know him, Dave. He has a defibrillator in his heart. He has a fucking. He's got all kinds of shit. You have no idea. And he fucking took the goddamn. You know, the guy who actually has game face. The game face.
Yeah.
He took the fucking Johnson & Johnson and nothing happened to him. So I said, if I got to take a vaccine, that's the one I'm going to take. Because if he fucking survived that shit and got no fucking, you know what I mean?
J&J, John. The J&J.
Yeah, the J&J.
No, but you know what I'm saying. I'm against. Listen, I'm not for the vaccine, but I had no choice. Either that or I don't see my sister. And I'm not going to go, well, fuck you. I'm not going to see my sister now. You know, and I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? I said, well, if that's what it takes, I'll take a bullet if it was to save her life. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how they're gonna get everyone. It's funny, when they first came out, they didn't have enough vaccines. People were killing each other to get the vaccine. Now they have so many, they don't know what to do with them. They're paying you. They're giving you free fucking toilet paper rolls if you go to CVS.
Dude, here in New York,
they got $100 bribe in some cities to go get a vaccine.
Dude, in New York, there's psycho here. There's psycho. I'm in a city. Everybody's wearing a mask. It's fucking. I don't wear a mask. I don't fucking wear a mask at all. You know what I mean? When I had to go in the hospital, you know, when I go into the hospital to see her, I have to wear the mask. They make you wear the mask. They give you the mask to wear. And as soon as I come out of that fucking hospital, the minute I step out the door, boom, I get rid of it. But everybody, and they look at you like you're like fucking Satan, you know, because they're so fucking liberal here. It's sick. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've had wars with people in fucking Walmart and shit. You know, I chased that one fucking guy in Walmart. We were arguing down the aisle. because he's telling me my nose was out of the mask. You know, this is back when you had to wear the mask to be in Walmart. You know, and my nose was out. He's telling me, pull the your nose, you know. And, you know, I told him, fuck you. We had a big argument. And I chased him down the island. He ran. But I'm just saying, I can't, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
John, can you imagine Gregg chasing someone in the supermarket?
Dude, I was so loud, I'm not even going to tell you. I was throwing fuck bombs and everything in front of everyone. I didn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Fuck bombs. This 60-year-old lunatic with the fucking 20-inch arms chasing some guy down the supermarket.
Don't let me. Hey, listen. You want to really hear an argument?
Your girlfriend should have.
Bro, you want to really hear an argument? You want to really hear an argument? You should have heard the argument I had. I'm not even going to get on. I'm even going to tell you the whole fuck. I had an argument with it because I was buying Lysols, right? And I had 2 Lysols. Yeah. And this black chick across from me in Walmart had a big basket of them. Yeah. And this is back when the virus first bullshit started. And the fucking store manager says, no, you only can have 2. You get 2. He's got 2. That's it. You can only get 2 Lysols. That's, you know, because they were rationing that shit. Because psychos are buying all the toilet paper. And the black lady goes, fuck that shit. If I was white, you wouldn't be doing this and all this other shit. So I told her, I am so sick of fucking hearing that. I got 2 fucking Lysol. You got 2. I think I told you that. You told me. I would have took the 2 Lysol and gave it to the woman. Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
You know what you should have done is you should have taken one of the Lysols and popped the cap off it, get your Bic lighter in one hand and sprayed the shit in her face with the lighter.
I should have just sprayed her. I should have fucking sprayed her and said, look, it kills germs. Now you're dead.
That turns into a flamethrower. You ever do that?
Yeah, of course.
Definitely assault.
Well, you know what? A lot of people were buying up multiple and then reselling them though. They weren't even hoarding them, they were reselling them.
But it's white privilege, and she started that shit, and I didn't want to hear that. We started having that big run. I already told you that, I forgot. But then I got, you know, I had to walk out of here because I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean?
I don't think she believed that. She just wanted to get the Lysol. That's all.
Yeah, I know, but you know, you point at me and shit like that. You know, I don't want to hear that.
She just wanted the Lysol. It was a good excuse though. But so Louis, what's you said you're the only gym open. How are you keeping the doors open?
We were the only gym open. Every gym's open now out here, but for about a good 3 to 5 months last year, we were like the only gym open in North County. And
how did you manage to keep the doors open?
What's the name of your gym?
Metroflex.
Oh shit, a Metroflex. Okay, where are you located?
He's in Oceanside.
Yeah,
Oceanside,
California.
what?
California.
Near San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So
we just stayed open, took all the hits on the chin. And we fought the fines and the citations, and we beat them.
Oh, you beat all those citations?
Yeah, we had about 13 criminal charges.
Did you really? Did you try it all yourself?
No, I got a kick-ass lawyer that specialized in that.
Gotcha.
And she found every loophole you can find in the the reason we stayed open is because there was the people that wrote the executive order out here were not lawyers. They were just politicians. So we actually said that we had a physical therapist write prescriptions, preventative workout prescriptions for all of our 1,500 members. And then people were not working out inside. They were doing physical therapy.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they said, well, is the physical therapist with each person do the thing? And I said, well, the executive order doesn't say the physical therapist has to be present, just that physical therapy is a good reason to be inside. So we were allowed to be fully open with that tactic.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was smart, man. That was
very
good.
Smart. Yeah. I love it.
Wow.
Now,
what else did you do?
In terms of just keeping open, or
beating all those loopholes? Was it what other kind of
That was the biggest one, and another one they said if you had the way they worded it, they said no indoor training will be allowed, but you have an outdoor training area, then you can have indoor with modifications. So that's very vague. Yes. So when they asked me like, how are you have indoor? I'm like, well, my indoor modifications, I modified it with spray bottles. I have signs that say exit here, don't stand here. I put some blue tape on the ground, and they're like, well, that's not the modifications we're talking about. I'm like, again, it's not in the order. You're not very clear. That's not my fault. I didn't write it.
Are you serious? Holy shit.
That's awesome.
So we basically closed down. We closed down those first 2 weeks, obviously, like everyone else did. And then maybe for like the month of April, then we realized this is BS. and they had no plan to reopen California. They had no idea what they're going to do. And gyms were like, the only thing more dangerous in California than a gym was a mosh pit. I kid you not. And like they listed it. They're like, mosh pit at concert was level 10 and level 9 was gyms. And it was like, like how you see a mosh pit.
They still got that shit? I thought that shit ended in the 90s.
No, we got mosh pits, man. Come on.
Really?
But
I heard Big Lenny's apartment was number 9 on number 8 on the list. Well, you know, it's funny, Louis, because you had been fighting the good fight, and you know we had you on the show a couple of times. You're on the news, and you were doing a lot of and you even ran for mayor out there.
Yeah.
You know, what was the public consensus? Do you notice you have a lot more members in your gym now?
Yeah, we've since we started, we've tripled our membership here.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm still on the news. They come out and interview me pretty much every time there's a new thing. Like LA County is getting ready to do vaccine passports and vaccine mandates for indoor businesses. Yeah, it's about 2 weeks away, but it's coming. And I think that whole thing is it's coming down the pipeline for a lot of blue states, you know.
Yeah.
People in Florida and Texas, obviously you guys don't really have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other of us who have to deal with that, you know.
Wait,
and,
so wait a second. Please clarify. Are they talking about all businesses or just government or just everyone?
Yeah, so in California, the way it is right now, if you're a healthcare worker, if you are a government worker or a government employee or state employee, whatever, you have to get a vaccine by, I think it's September 15th. If you don't have a vaccine and you don't have an exemption, you're fired.
Wow.
And then so now they're talking about wanting to enforce businesses. So if a business is letting people in without a vaccine and proving they have a vaccine, the business can get fined, the business owner can get arrested. And that's what we're talking about in just this Los Angeles County, city of Los Angeles.
All businesses. You can't go to the grocery store without a vaccine passport.
Right. So if it's an indoor business,
you got to show your papers, like Gregg said. That's what it's about.
Yeah, wow.
Papers. Yeah, we went from 2 weeks to show me your papers.
It's like the Nazi Germany. The Jews had to show
their papers. Yeah, but once
papers,
it starts with that, the vaccine's just the beginning. Once they start with papers, you're going to have papers.
Do you realize how many people are going to start selling fake vaccine passports?
You mean going to be selling?
They're probably saying they're already. Somebody, I've been offered them twice so far.
How much?
Free.
Oh.
Because I'm the advocate. But I mean, you know, I'm sure they'll get a couple $100 for them.
Yeah.
Dude, they want to start monitoring your car and where you go with your car and all kinds. You hear all this shit.
Did you see the drone? The drone with the cameras on it that measure how far away you are from each other, and then facial recognition. And if you're closer than 6 feet, they can recognize who you are and send you a fine.
Oh my God, where's this?
Well, California.
California.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, California has a gas tax where they're trying to pass it where you're taxed on how many miles you drive, and every car will have to have a sensor put in it and tracks how many miles, and it's 2 cents a mile. Gas tax.
What?
And if you don't get the sensor put in your car, it's like an automatic fine of like $1,200 for the year.
Holy.
How much is a gallon of gas now?
I was just gonna ask the same thing.
I hear it's about like $4.
Oh fuck.
That's a lot, yeah.
$4-ish. $4.
Oh,
yeah, it's rape. It's rape out here, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but on the vaccines, you're talking about the vaccines, kind of everyone 3rd dose, 4th dose. Canada, if you're following Canada right now, Trudeau signed a deal with Pfizer over 3 years to bring in 33 million or 36 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine each year. There's only like 30 million people in Canada. and he's got this many doses already 3 years planned out, a contract to deliver that many doses.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not planning on this just to go away. They want this thing to be scheduled for a long term. And you think it's just Canada that has this plan?
Yeah.
Biden's got this plan. He's got 3 more years here, baby.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
you guys
mark my words. This is all about the vaccine. There's nothing else that matters.
But it's a tool,
But why,
John?
But why?
Because if it wasn't for COVID, they would have won the fucking election.
Every time somebody gets a shot, somebody's getting paid. These are not free.
Much?
Okay?
Yes.
And they're free to you, but somebody's paying for it. Big Pharma has the biggest, most powerful lobby in the entire country.
It's always been that way.
They're the ones who are constructing this so that as many people as humanly possible can buy the vaccine or be compensated. They could be compensated for the vaccine.
Well, don't you think it's a conglomerate? It's almost like a partnership between the government who gets to track everyone, and then the vaccine people who make the money,
right? That's
who get the people elected. So it's like
that's all it is. Yeah. That's all it is.
That's what I just said. It's the election.
Everything else is a conspiracy. The only thing that you can follow is the money.
Yeah.
And the money goes to the big pharma, who spreads it around to their lobbyists, who spread it around to the government officials that make the policy. And so all of that comes down to how many vaccines can we cram down the public's throat, because everyone is a dollar sign, and that's all.
The vaccine is it's also a tool. This whole COVID is a tool. That's what they used to win the election.
It's a tool to get you vaccinated so that they can
found a goose. They found a goose that lays the golden egg.
Let me ask Lewis the question. So, Lewis, if they make a mandate that you have to check people's passport to get into your gym to see if they're vaccinated, are you gonna adhere to that, or are you gonna let anyone in?
No, man. I went on the news, I think, last Friday, and I said you can check my Instagram. I put the video up. No back. I've never had a mask mandate in my gym. It's optional. I'm all about choice. I'm not against people want to get the vaccine. I'm all for it. Go get it. But it's about the choice. I should not be forced upon someone. And I'm not going to put a thing in my gym where I check your status or I ask you a question. Yeah. We're big boys and big girls. This is not a point of mandate. It's about personal responsibility. It's just like a flu. Wash your hands. Don't come somewhere if you're sick.
Yeah.
Don't play with your face and suck on your fingers and, touch everything. This is big boy, big girl stuff here. This isn't rocket science.
Yeah.
It goes back to when you were a kid. When you were a kid, if you had a brother or sister and they were sick, your mother told you, stay away from your brother. He's not feeling well.
Get your fingers out of your mouth.
You don't put healthy people, in quarantine. You quarantine sick people. Okay. Even in the that's how they got through back in 1917, 18 over there when, with the Spanish flu. That's how they did it. You quarantine the sick people. You don't quarantine healthy people. Right. As a matter of fact, that's how you get herd immunity. But they're using this to regain power. Yes, the vaccine. They're making money off the vaccine. Every shot they make money. But they found the goose now that lays the golden egg that to keep them in power, to keep getting vaccines, to keep doing these things to you. Want to fucking make you pay a charge for fucking every mile you go on your car. So eventually you go to an electric car. They want to do away with fucking gas. They want to make it so expensive you can't afford it. You say, okay, I give up. I got to drive the electric car. You know what I'm saying?
No, and it'll be the car that just picks you up, the manless car.
Sounds horrible.
They're doing that with pizza now. With Dominos is delivering with those things.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Driverless cars?
Yep, it's an experiment. Yeah,
until some kid gets run over by one of them. That'll be the end of the experiment. Yeah.
No, you know how in Miami the club guys would get the signs on the road with the lights to tell you caution, whatever's going. Yeah. Some club dude that worked for one of the DJs would hijack those signs, and he would say Victor Martinez is at state. So you're gonna have that.
There you go. Tyler pulled one up right there. I can't believe it. That's cool. That's cool. I bet they probably have a better. They'll probably get your order right a lot more times than when they have the people bring the orders to the door. That's for sure. My wife puts on the thing. We order Domino's. My wife Amanda puts on the thing. Leave at front door because usually she's upstairs doing some cardio with the kids. In the bounce. We have a little bounce house. This guy who's come the last 3 times, he doesn't read the instructions. So he's ringing the bell. My dogs are barking and barking and barking. It's like, come on, just fucking read the instructions. How hard is it to deliver a fucking pizza? Just leave it at the door. That's the instructions.
Dude, my neighbor used to have a chair.
But the Domino's driverless man, that's why I brought up the construction sign. Those same guys are going to hack those things. So then they're going to be driving them around like racing down the street.
Well, let me ask you, how does the pizza get from the van, the driverless van, into your house or to your door?
You got to go meet it. You got
to meet it? Okay, I got it.
So it's not going to work for a man.
Okay. My neighbor put a chair out on his lawn.
Just leave it on my driveway, that's all. We don't.
Dave, my neighbor put a chair out on his lawn. And he wanted the mail, the fucking UPS shit, pizza deliveries, everything had to go on that chair before. He was so psycho about the fucking this virus shit. You know what I mean? I wanted to drive by and spit on that fucking chair. But I don't do shit like that.
It's funny. It seems like the world is just changing so quickly right now. I mean, it's
dude, it's sick.
Like 10 years ago, we could never have predicted any of this, right?
Never.
I mean,
last year I wouldn't even think of this. You would ask me last January.
Yeah.
You think they're going to close all? I'd be like, nah, there's no way that's going to happen. And look what happened.
I walk around and, like, seriously, we'll go to Walmart, you know, or Target or something like that with the kids. I feel like I'm in a bubble. I don't even think I feel like I'm in a dream. I don't even feel like I'm because you can't make eye contact with anyone really. You can't really interact with people. It's like everyone is just like walking around like in this like little, in their own little world. It's the weirdest, like most antisocial type of experience, you know.
And everybody looks at you like you're a piece of shit too, or like you got like the biggest, like you have virus written on your forehead. Right? Everybody, you ever notice that? People look at you like, you know. I've had people 6 feet, stay back 6 feet, or you go down the wrong aisle. The fucking arrows go this way, and you're walking up the aisle that way.
Oh, they got arrows? They don't have that in Florida here.
Oh, they have it here.
Last week I was at the Chinese buffet with Max, and we're sitting there, and
they actually have buffets still. I didn't even know that.
Chinese buffet.
No, but you got it with the mask. It's a big thing. But I don't wear it. I stopped going when they had the mask when they relaxed the mask thing here. I started going again. So I'm there with Max. We're eating. There's these two guys at the table next to us. One weighed 400, and the other one weighed about 4 1/4. All right, they got a mountain of plates that looks like you just fed an army. All right, and they both they're gonna walk out to leave. They both stand up. Their stomachs are sticking out there, and they put a mask on to go from the table to the door. You know.
No, John, I got this.
I'm like, maybe you want to lose 500-600 pounds between the two of you.
They're not worried about COVID. I'll tell you one thing. Usually when I go to those buffets, I see a lot of those people there. Usually they head for the bathroom first, about halfway through at halftime, to kind of unload a little bit, you know, and then they come back and they'll go for
that pisses me off because I halftime. But wait, listen. You know what the worst is?
The sounds coming from that toilet, those stalls are like. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is coming out of there? Fucking asses,
you should put a fiberized kiosk up there.
Hey, John, forget about the fucking fat bastards that are there. Yo, my girlfriend, her family, when they go, they bring all the little Spanish kids and they're sticking their fucking hands in the fucking food. You ever notice that? They always putting their hands in there and shit, or you get an old person. They fucking, you know, they bite something and they put it back.
I got rules for the all-you-can-eat place. You got to go like right at the hour when they're putting the food out, so like between 12 and 1. And if there's any kids there, you leave.
Yeah. I don't go. I go to a sushi place that's all you can eat, but you order. You don't go up and get.
Yeah,
your food.
Who told you about
that? Tyler told me about that. That's right. Yeah.
My friend caught a tapeworm. Don't eat that sushi shit, man. My friend caught a tapeworm from that.
It's good place. You guys had one in Fort Lauderdale, John, that we went to a couple times when I went down.
Yeah. Kyojin.
Yeah, that was a good place too.
That was a good place. Yeah.
Every time I went to Fort Lauderdale, I always stopped there.
So you guys don't notice, but Gavin right now is in a spot of the country that probably has the best weather anywhere in the world.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, my gym's about 5 blocks from the beach too, so we just walk down to the ocean anytime we want to. It's about 70 degrees here.
It never is hotter and never cooler. It's crazy. San Diego.
Yeah, every now and then it gets hot for like 5 days, and we're like, oh god, we're dying. It's 85.
And you get a constant breeze all day long,
which means no bugs, John. They have no insects.
I know. Like my daughter's grandparents lived in San Clemente, and I was going down there every weekend to to pick them up when I lived in LA, and it was just. Then I got to live in San Diego for a couple of years. That was paradise.
Yeah, we just bought a house up on a hill in Vista, which is one town over from Oceanside, and we kind of look out over the whole valley, and we get this huge breeze. We just open our doors and windows up, and it just shoots right through the house.
Don't you love that,
it's
man?
great.
And Lewis,
it's a great.
And I don't know if I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but you have a new edition coming, right?
Yeah, we have Baby Murphy. Baby Murphy's coming, little girl.
Congratulations! You guys have been trying for a long time. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, congrats. I know it's been a journey, and we're very grateful to God and for everything He's given us, and so it's super. I'm super excited. I can't wait. It's coming end of October, beginning of November. She'll be here. So
how old are you now?
I am 40. I'll be 47 by the time the baby comes.
So you're like me. You started late. You're a late starter, but you know what? It's better that way. I'm telling you, seriously.
So this is your first?
Yeah,
it's our first. Yeah.
Oh, your first too.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Both of them first.
I know. We're super stoked to we're probably going to end up homeschooling our kid or bringing him to like a private academy.
Yeah.
Just because all the BS is going on in the schools out here. It's horrible out here, man. The schools are just...
You don't want him learning critical race theory at 3 years old?
I don't want to learn like, you can choose to be a boy or a girl if you want to. There's 85 genders. And when they're 5 years old. You want a sexual reassignment surgery? We can do that. We don't have to tell your parents. So...
I'm telling you, got to trade. You got to trade off when you want to live in California. You get the weather or the lunatics, and you got to balance that.
That's right. That's the way it goes.
Well, we got Gavin Newsom. We got a recall election coming up December 15th. CUOMO had just resigned today.
Yeah.
So, and then we got if we get Newsom out, that's like the two coastal tyranny guys.
Larry Elders is running.
Yeah,
man.
I was just going to ask you. I like Larry Elder. Who would you say is the lead? Who do you?
I like Lewis. I get Lewis Uridel for governor.
Yeah, but
who would you bet, Lewis? If you had to pick,
he'd have to beat out Caitlyn Jenner in the primary.
Honestly, who would you vote? Who do you think's going to win that? Do you have a
right now? Whoever is the conservative with the highest following right now, that's Larry Elder. So. If he's still in the lead, that's why I'm voting for the one who's got the best chance. Right now, I could get a rock with crap all over it. It's going to do a better job than Newsom. So
I'm surprised Arnold didn't step back in and try to run again.
Fuck Arnold. Fuck that fucking guy.
Gavin, do you ever wonder, how does a guy like that, Newsom, get to have that much power,
money,
and continually fuck up? To the degree that he has and just stays there. Why are the people in California so complacent with this crap?
He's got huge backing from when he was young. He was supposed to room to that shit.
But I asked Gavin.
He's he's Nancy Pelosi's nephew. So he comes from that stock. He's got a lot of money behind him. The state legislature out here is like 85 Democrats to like 12 Republicans. So nothing in the state legislature. Yeah, it's obscene. And he has the one-man rule. So once the state of emergency is put into place, he started just cracking out these executive orders. And some of these executive orders were so crazy. So the biggest one he passed was if you catch COVID and you're an employee, in order to get a workman's comp case against your boss, you have to prove you got sick at work. That they did something wrong.
How do you do that?
It's fucking stupid.
So he switched it now. So if you're an employee and you get sick at work, you automatically get, if you get sick anytime, you can get sick at home, you automatically get a workman's comp claim against your employer. And the employer has to prove they did everything right. So all the businesses out here requiring everyone to wear masks, limiting capacity, because they did not want to get these workman comp suits when their workers got. So we try to get, hey, reopen your business. I can't because I get workman comp suits, so I'll get sick. Take masks off in your store. I can't. I'm worried about getting sued workman's comp. So that's what Newsom did. He passed that, and he passed the rent moratorium. So everyone out here that's renting, like a regular citizen is renting, they don't have to pay their rent. But all the commercial property owners still have to pay their mortgages to the bank. So these mortgage people that own the buildings are going bankrupt, and people are living for free, still collecting their $4,000 unemployment checks.
Wow, it's terrible.
That's crazy.
California.
So he stays in office because of the handouts, basically.
He stays in office because people here are idiots and they're Democrats. and they'll vote, blue no matter who.
That's
And
right.
a lot of the Republicans out here, they're proper. They're proper people. They play by the rules. We got to play by the rules, guys. Now, a lot of people are pissed off. A lot of business owners that voted blue before are coming out and saying they'll never vote blue again because that's what closed their businesses down.
Right.
So there's a huge shift out here towards not blue. People are we're voting red. So if they can get a guy like Larry Elder, who isn't really a political icon, he's not like a Donald Trump where he's got a lot of people that dislike him. He's someone that's kind of a likable guy. He's black. He can reach a big audience, and it's someone that can really kind of bring people together where he can get elected, and then he can start shifting things out here. And that's
I like
what it
Larry
takes.
Elder.
Yeah, everybody loves him.
I love Larry.
Who do you think
Elder.
is going to take over? Who's going to take over for Cuomo now in New York?
The lieutenant governor for now, and then they're going to have an election.
Yeah, Letitia James wants
Yeah,
that fucking
Letitia.
position. And supposedly that was also political. She don't give two shits about all that. She just wants power. That's what she's bad, bro. She's bad. Watch her fucking win governor next time. This state's fucked up. New York's really fucked. Just as fucked up as California. We're both fucked.
When are you leaving, Greg?
Oh, I can't leave yet. I'd love to leave one day, but
He'll
I'll
never
leave when
leave,
Jimmy.
John. He'll never.
When
Him and
Jimmy
Jimmy.
leaves.
Him and Jimmy the Bull are going to have like
Yeah.
an encampment, next to Rikers Island, and they're gonna stay there, And
Like the movie The Rock, they're going to set up like
this is gonna
Sarin
be-
missiles, from there.
But no, look, there's a little island out there by Rikers, and it's a little deserted, like a rock. And they're gonna go pitch a tent out there, and they're gonna put like sandbags, like the machine gun turrets, and they're just gonna be part of that, and that's gonna be their country,
Yeah.
and fucking nobody's coming in, and they're gonna have brajol and sausage and peppers on Friday.
Jimmy will have a barbecue pit. He'll be
They're gonna have drone delivery pizza.
Jimmy likes the bolognese sauce. That when we go out to eat, he likes the bolognese. Hey, we're gonna get that shit on the rock over here.
They'll make it.
Wait, did Mr. G ever join us today? I don't think he ever joined us today,
No.
Mr. G.
He's training.
I don't know. You must be. I actually had a big Lenny video, but I'm not going to I'll save it for next time. They sent me.
Wait, Gavin, let's get your view of the Big Lenny, Mr. G
But
fight.
you keep calling him Gavin. It's Lewis.
Yeah,
Blue,
but
Gavin, whatever.
he goes by Gavin.
I go
I
by
don't want
Blue,
to call him the
Gavin.
Big Sexy too much; it'll go to his head. Right now, I want to fucking roll a joint just looking at him.
So what am I commenting on? Larry fighting somebody?
Big Lenny, you haven't been following the Big Lenny, Mr. G debacle?
No, I haven't.
Nah, then you can't.
Good
call
for
him.
him.
Can't really.
I guess I've been wrapped up in California.
Yeah, I guess
You've
he was
been wrapped up in
COVID
actually
and
running a business, Lewis. Yeah, and having a
He's
family.
been trying to keep his gym open and fight
Oh,
COVID.
the Mr. G and Lenny saga. What am
Maybe
I-
they should have it out
Yeah,
at Lewis's gym. It seems like anything goes there.
I'm
But
trying-
Lewis can find a loophole for it.
That would be awesome.
Hey, at least we got to talk about it one more fucking time.
Yeah,
Even
there
though
you
John
go,
said 2 shows ago, that's it, no more.
Lewis can set up a ring in his parking lot there. They could fight right there.
Actually, we should have a bros versus pros protest event at his gym. Just to get in the door, you got to be able to say it 3 times fast.
Well,
I like that.
Lewis, I thank you for joining us today, and of course, keep going with the good fight out there because you're doing it right, and hopefully everyone will flock to your gym because you're obviously doing the right thing out there. And of course, congratulations to you and Sabrina on the new baby coming soon in October.
Congratulations, Lewis. God
And
bless your
absolutely.
baby.
Yeah, man, congratulations. That's awesome.
Keep us updated
bless.
now, with all the new data we have now showing that if you exercise on a regular basis, no one has an excuse not to go to the gym. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And
Way to
just
go.
know
Thanks
that-
for having me on, Dave.
yeah,
That's
thank you.
the best thing. Gavin, that baby, you watch, your life's going to be like, oh my
I
God.
can't wait.
it's so
I
great.
can't wait.
You
man.
won't
I
be
can't- I
sleeping
literally
anymore,
can't wait.
Lewis. Let me tell you. So,
I don't
It's a
sleep
big
now,
no, right?
You're not going to sleep anymore. I sleep 3 hours a night. What are you going to take no hours now?
they'll take those 3 hours away from you. You'll have nothing left. Believe me.
Yep, you got nothing coming.
Lewis, you said it's a baby girl? It's a little girl?
Yeah, little baby girl.
God bless her. God
Yeah,
bless.
yeah, that's be great.
Gonna be daddy's
bless.
girl. Get ready to get your heart broken.
Next
Get
Miss
ready to get her a little brother.
Next Miss Olympia.
Yep.
Just kidding.
There we go.
Keep her out of bodybuilding.
All right, guys. Hey, Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. It's really good catching up with you all.
All right, guys. We're going to wrap this up. Lewis, we'll see you to keep us updated.
Care,
and Greg, stay out of the vaccination halls. All right, no more vaccines for you. John, go light a joint. And I'll just wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll see you next time.
Thanks. I love you guys, man.
I love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.